Good morning, Facebook. It's almost lunchtime. I always find to go to lunchtime at this time of day, like to get food. I always find it's better to go and nip to Tesco before the mad rush. Just a bit of useful information for you today. Anyway, I'm talking about knowing what you're worth and what your value is. One thing I'll tell you, by the way, when you're doing Facebook Lives, people ask me, like, how do you find topics to talk about? Well, there's various ways. Things come at you all the time. But I also make notes. I make notes of what I'm going to talk about, and keeps me on track, even though I've started very randomly. So, knowing what you're worth or what your value is really interesting, because when I started contracting, I was sort of given a rate. This is what the market rates say that you're worth. And so when we started the video company and we started doing various parts, videos, filming and editing, we used that rate, and it was £500 a day, right? So we kind of said, well, if you want to get some video from us, we can come and film for you X amount of videos for £500 a day. And then we would say, editing wise, same sort of thing. So we had an hourly rate that would work out to eventually £500 a day, pretty much. But there's a few things you can think about from sort of general rates and what you're worth. You could take a look at what your competitors are. Now, I've been looking for freelancers, editors, videographers, that kind of thing, to try and see if I can make use of them with the team shrinking a little bit. And also if we ever needed to scale up. So if we had a job where there's we needed 4 of us and there's only 2 of us here. So I've got some rates, and I put a question out there. Does anybody want to let us know what your rates are? And the sort of average rate I got for a video freelancer was about £250 a day. I thought, oh, that's good. So I've got a rate now that I can work with, and I could see then competition-wise what people were asking for as they were going out as freelancers. So that was good. But also, when you're thinking about competition, a lot of people focus a lot on their own competition, and they say, well, this person's doing X, Y, Z and they're charging X, Y, Z, so I should do the same. Well, I don't think that's necessarily true, because everybody has their own economies of scale. They've got different things. We have this office, it costs us quite a bit of money each month. We have to pay for that before we pay for anything else. Overheads, right? And then we've got various other things. We buy consumables for the office, we pay staff, all that kind of stuff. So everyone has their own amounts that they have to earn just to keep the lights on, which is good that I've got a light behind me. So what I like to think about when it comes to, don't need my notes now, when it comes to what you're worth is something I learnt from a group that I was in, and that's about survive and thrive. I say thrive with an F because I'm from Leicester and I've got a common accent. It's thrive with a TH, right? So your survive and your thrive numbers. So if you can work this out, and you can put a spreadsheet together, and you can say, these are the things that we have to pay for in order for us to survive. And this can work on a personal level, it can work on a business level, both things. Obviously there's the differences with what you have to buy for business and personal, but you can write this down, you can work this out. If you're doing it on a personal level, take a look at your bills, look at your bank statements, write all the things down that you pay on a monthly basis, things that you pay on a yearly basis, and divide it by 12, and then you will end up with a figure that is the number that you need to survive and keep the lights on, right? Exactly the same in business. You can work out all your subscriptions that you've got for stuff, software as a service. We use Office 365, we have to pay for that. In fact, we're a partner, so we have to pay for a yearly partnership. We have insurance, we have equipment, consumables, things that break, so we have to sort of write all that down. And then again, we get to a survive number when we've got staff and stuff to pay as well. So that is our survive number. So then from that survive number, you can divide that by the number of days that you want to work. Let's say 20 days as an average for a month. And you can then come up with a daily figure that you need to survive. And then you'll know if you're billing out for that day that you are going to survive. So your figure is 10 grand a month, then that's it, yeah, pretty much. So it is at the moment. Like, I have a debt that I'm paying. It's like 2.5 grand a month. That finishes next month. All of a sudden, my survive number has gone down by 2.5 grand, which I'm very, very happy about. But anyway, that's besides the point. So that's your survive number. And then what you can do is you can take that survive number And this is whether you're a business with multiple staff or whether you're on your own, it doesn't really matter. And then you can look at what you would need in order to grow the business or to thrive. So you can say, okay, I want to have 5 days off a month, or half the month off if you want, work 10 days, have 10 days off. What would that look like? What would I need to earn in order for that to happen? And then you could do it the other way around. You could say, right, we're in this position now, I want to grow the business, I want to add more staff, I need to earn 6 months of the next person that I'm going to take on, I want to have that in the bank ready to pay them for 6 months. And then you can figure that out and sort of add that to your Thrive number. I know in some ways when it's from a personal perspective, like I want to take the kids to Florida every year, I know that cost me about £5,000 for the 2 weeks. So how can I build that in? That's £400 a month that I need to save in order to be able to do that. So I can sort of build that into my Thrive numbers as well. So the original purpose of the topic, of course, was knowing your worth, and I think it's less about what your competition is charging, more about what you want to get out of the business that you're in, or what who you're working for. Because it could be, if you're a permie as well, when you're asking for a pay rise, hey, I need this amount to survive, I need this amount to thrive, and you want to get there and sort of explain why that might be. So knowing your worth is really important. Of course, beyond the Thrive numbers, if you get into crazy numbers, then everything is gravy after that. But knowing the numbers is super key if you're either looking to survive or looking to thrive and grow the business. All right, that's it really today. Got the studio lights on, but nobody's at home. All right, I'm going. Thanks, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.